Hear the voices of greatness on the World Wide Web. VG8 Radio, the voices of greatness.
Hello, what's up, guys? What's up, slaves, and every person who likes Pokemon? Have you been good? Are you doing well? I'm about to tell you something cool, something very nice to woo. Do you wanna hear Clarion talk? Do you wanna see Eevee ooh? Can't see, I can't find animation. Where is Interest Studio? It's Friday again, what's up, Clarion? On Mondays I seen you can't carry on. You're the cutest of all Pokemon. That animation where
Calling all PWD out there. Do you want to know how to unleash your great potential? It's time to show your unique skills to the world. This show is for you. This is the Voice of PWD. Power, wisdom, and dynamism. Hosted by Robinson Tumampos, the first left public speaker of the Philippines, together with DJ Martin Freeman, a certified voice artist, as they will showcase your hidden talent online. Come on over and join us in an hour full of inspiration and fun.
Yan, hello everyone, and yan, so hi really wonderful one, and again,
Hello
another,
everybody, Sir Robinson,
So,
I'm so excited
another-
for tonight's show.
yes, very excited, at we have a very special guest, so outside Philippines, so, ayan, so, Baon tayo mamaya maalot ulit mamaya, matagalog muna tayo. So,
Yes.
hello guys, welcome again sa aming weekly live sa aming Facebook at aming sa Voice of PWD every week po. And ngayon, we have another very special international guest na makikasama natin ngayon. But before that,
Yes.
really, Umusta naman yung buong week mo ngayon? Ano naman balita sa'yo?
Still very busy this year. Still
Grabe,
very busy
busy talaga.
tayo.
Oo.
Kasi,
Uy, by the way,
naman,
dahil na lang hair mo, very nakakabata talaga.
ito na yung tatak ko. Ito na yung tatak ko na meron akong pumpon sa taas ng
Yan,
aking
trademark talaga yan, trademark.
Yes,
So,
trademark ko
kumusta
na yan.
naman? Kumusta naman yung week mo?
Ang week ko ngayon ay very busy. Pagod na pagod ako. Coming back and forth sa Bulacan. Meron ako inaasikaso. And
Ayan,
yung aking launching ng aking adaptive floating ay hindi ko
Wow!
pa na inalaman. So, pero matagal na siya. Actually, it was last December pa siya natapos. And so, kailangan ko na lang ng proper way of launching it. So, hindi ko na asikaso dahil sa aking kabisihan. Ayan. So, kamusta ka naman, sir?
Yes, ako, no, whole week pala, alam mo na, pag nasa accounting office na, ang daming trabaho, lalo pa sa mga, alam mo na, mga permit, ICR, ayan, trabaho namin yan. So, but anyway, meron tayong time para sa ating advocacy, no, na inspire tayo sa mga, not only for local, right? We have international, so we can inspire a lot of people all over the world. So right now, bakit tayo magtuloy-tuloy din, ano? Patiin muna natin ang ating mga kapamilya dyan, o yung mga ating mga manunood dyan, no? So, please,
Yes.
oo.
So, gusto nating batiin ang lahat ng ating kasektor sa mga may kapansanan dyan. Yan. Lahat ng mga nandiyan na nagnanasa na maging kayo ay maging tagumpay. Manukod po kayo ngayong gabing ito at may
talaga.
Very interesting na guest natin ngayong gabi. Kaya, yung ating mga LGU dyan, ayan, yung mga local government, dapat nakatune in din sila sa atin, di ba? Ang NCDA.
Dapat lang.
Oo.
Ito yung channel para may abot nila yung mga, alam mo na, yung mga LGU na promoting PWD, no? Ito yung channel, ito yung boses, na malalaman nila. Na
makita nila na ang mga may kapansanan ay mayroon ding mga talento talaga na internationally can be, recognized, diba?
Yes,
so, matininig natin, nakaka-inspire talaga itong guest natin at talagang masisiyahan tayo na pakinggan kung ano man ang kanya mga sasabihin mamaya.
Yes, oo. Okay, so, by the way, really, bago tayo magtuloy-tuloy, please, of course, please, pagkalamatan din natin ang behind the show, ang ating founder and CEO, no? Ang ating the only one, Voice Master of the Philippines, Pastolo de Leon Gonzalez, dahil sa kanyang pananaw na makatulong sa kapwa natin PWD.
With the big heart.
Yes, oo, talagang, without any amount, no? Para makapagkita tayo ng budget.
Oo, sabi nga, para makapag-open ka ng show mo palagi, maka-StreamYard ka, kailangan may puhunan yan, di ba? May puhunan yan. So,
of course.
So yung ating opportunity to become somebody na communicate with the whole world through the BG8 is really a big opportunity para sa atin. Ayan. Napakagandang oportunidad yung binibigay sa atin na mga taong may kapansanan.
Yes, oo. Of course, really, no? Pagkalamatan din natin ang ating program manager, no? Ating assistant manager, Ian, no? Sir Ian, sir. So, salamat sa support na.
Program manager natin. Ano ba ang
position mo natin? Assistant manager. Yan, nag-get radio. So, yun. So, court, no? Court behind sa ating show, ang ating technical director, Michael Tawat. Salamat sa inyo.
Yes.
Walang tawag support na para lang kung guide no? Itong show na ito.
At meron tayong nagsa-celebrate. Di ba? May nagsa-celebrate tayo ngayon?
Mamaya, matiin natin mamaya ating co-host, no? Ang ating the only one, Gloria Alteperda, no? So,
ang host at researcher at coordinator ng show.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yes, of course.
At meron pa rin tayong isa, ang ating beautiful girl na si inspiring, di ba?
Yeah.
At napuputi na kanyang mga paa. Pag nakikita ko ang kanyang mga paa na gumaganyan-ganyan, sabi ko, iba talaga to si Jane.
Talaga. nakakaano talaga, no, nakaka-impart talaga without two
Oo.
arms, no, kaya niya magawa yung mga
Oo.
bagay na
Yeah.
mga normal na tao. And of
Oo.
course, gagawin
At
pala, Billy, no, of course,
oo.
kumutahin din natin ang ating mga co-host, no, si DJ
Yes.
Martin Freeman, no, of course, si Arlene Tobiaga, and of course, ang ating National President for
Robbie.
Sigaw, si Ma'am Miriam Llanos.
Okay, Llanos.
Yes,
Oo.
Miriam. Oh,
Ayan. At
at
ang ating
nanonood ka.
co-partner din natin si Sir Robbie, 'di ba? Si
Yes,
Sir
oo,
Robbie.
namimiss
Oo.
na natin,
Namimiss
although
na
marami lang siyang
Mm.
inaayos na family problem, no? Ayan. So,
Actually, it's not a family problem, but it is caring for somebody that you love. Diba?
yes, oo.
Yung, ano yun
By the way pala,
Part
Billy,
ng
Billy,
Yes.
kasi ang ating ngayon is international. What can you expect? No? Ano kaya expectation mo na makukuha natin sa kanya? Kasi ako,
Of course,
ako
number
malaman.
one. Of course, number one is the determination. Yan. Yun
Yes,
ang number one na makikita natin sa kanya. Determination and yung sabi nga natin nakafocus siya sa kanyang ginawa. Yan ang
Yes,
I think na makikita natin sa kanya. So,
Gusto
maybe
ko malaman yung no? Gusto ko malaman
Ano?
yung niya, yung talagang burning desire. Saan siya kumukuha ng no? Saan siya kumukuha ng hope na talagang
oo.
naging champion sa Paralympian. So, mahirap na mahirap talaga na maging
Yes.
champion siya.
At well-decorated
pinag-aaral.
yan.
Yes,
Well-decorated siya. Recognized by the Queen.
Yes,
Yan. Kaya
grabe,
talagang
no?
very
lang yan?
special person na to.
Pagbihirang award yan na mismong right,
Si Sir
Queen.
Pocholo nga pala, dadating kaya si Sir Pocholo, mas magandang ma-meet siya ni
Yeah. Oo, actually, tinabihan ko si Sir Joy. So, hopefully, makakakot siya para lang maipag-hi, hello sa ating international jet. But by the way pala, no? Really, no? Para ma-excite sila, no? Para maging excitement sila sa ating mga, mamaya, matiin natin yung mga followers natin, yung mga comment. But right now, kita muna natin kung sino yung ating guest. Para malaman nila.
Yes.
So, let's have a video, intro video for our international guest, si Miss Wakula. Si Miss Ann Wakula.
Olympia Wakula Strike. Ayan,
Yes.
ang ating guest ngayong gabi. Panoorin po natin ang kanyang video.
By the way pala, no? Yes, may alter lang. My please. Hit the volume muna. Yung volume lang on yung radio. Mahina daw. Yan. So, ibalik natin. Ibalik natin sa ano.
Okay. Okay, unmuted. Okay. Tonight we are going to have a special guest, Miss Anne Wafula Strike, and she provides a personal example of courage, commitment, and determination that challenges misconceptions about disability. An athlete, author, disability and inclusion champion, and sporting ambassador. Likes to inspire achievement and excellence across a broad range of life situations through motivational talks and cooperate appearances that encourages others to overcome difficulties and maximize their potential. She also won many awards, including being awarded an MVP by the Queen of England. Let's all welcome Miss Anne Wafula Strike. Welcome, Miss Anne. I'm so excited.
Hello!
Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
Mama. Hello, Miss Anne. Hello.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'll say good morning because it is still morning here, but I'm assuming it's evening your time.
Yeah, it's evening here. It's already past 7.
Oh, so you've had your
Yes.
dinner, almost getting ready for bed.
Later, after we have talked to you and hear everything about you.
Thank you so much.
By the way, Mom, Anne, what time is now? It's 11 p.m. in London. 11 p.m.
AM.
Yeah, it is
It's
morning.
morning.
It is AM. It is AM.
Yeah, so we have really have time, you know.
Yes.
But by the way, Mom, Anne, thank you so much for your time to join us and assisting our talent, assisting our institution. But by the way, I am Cliff, so hopefully you can understand me. little by little, so this
No,
is the
Robinson. I'm understanding.
Mampos.
you.
yeah, right. Yeah, hopefully you
Get
you
black
you
out.
able to you able to understand me. Because
Yes.
I try my best to let you understand.
He's
Yeah.
so
No,
afraid.
you know what? I think the beauty of life is that we are so different
Yeah.
in so many ways, and I think our differences make us unique, and we need to celebrate each other's uniqueness. You don't have to speak like me, and I don't have to speak like you, but I think
Yeah.
together we make a unique human race. I think that is the beauty of life.
Yeah. We have
That's
differences,
what
but
makes us beautiful.
yeah. By the way, Ma'am Ann, you are look beautiful tonight or tonight here and beautiful in the morning. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
thank
She's
you.
really beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
yeah,
You people, you are
yeah, yeah,
making
yeah.
me blush now. You're making me blush. Thank you.
You're
Thank you
a
very much.
model.
Yeah, by the way, Ma'am Ann, how about your family? May I know your family? All right, there, or do you have
Kids? Oh, he wants
kids?
to know more about your family
About my family,
background.
so I've got a son. I've got the most gorgeous boy that
Handsome.
any mother would ever ask for, and
Yeah.
um, my son is doing really well. He's very academic, and but he's also into sports like his mother. Is into
Wow.
sport like his mother. So the way I look at my child is my son is a gift. People always ask me, what is your greatest achievement?
Yeah.
And as an athlete, people expect me to say, oh, this medal that I won here, this medal that I won there. But I think to me, my greatest achievement is being a mother. That,
Yeah.
that is
That's
that
good.
is that is I think that is,
Uh,
to me, I say that is the most biggest blessing that God ever gave me is my
Agree,
son.
agree.
I
Yeah,
agree. I
agree.
agree. I look really. I agree. Like me. It is like this one. To have a son and a daughter. Very, very lucky to because you know, ma'am, really, you have, what do you think? Are you also very lucky to have the child?
I have three. I have three adult kids. My eldest is 41. I'm 65.
Oh
So
my,
my
do you know what, Benran? It's if when I get, when I want to be like you, because you are so youthful. I would never ever think that you have
Yeah,
you have an adult child who is 41. It is like, are you sure that that child is yours? You're not just given when you're young, because you look so young and youthful.
by
maybe
the way,
the
yeah.
positivity is something that keeps me young. That's it. And also some skincare.
Yeah,
It is
or
always good to look after ourselves. It is very good to
Yeah,
look after ourselves.
yeah,
uh,
When we talk about having children, um, I remember very well when I was growing up in Africa, because I'm originally from Africa. I now live in the UK in London, but
yeah,
I was born in Africa, and I
yeah.
contracted my disability in Africa, in a country called Kenya. And the one thing that the community had said to me was that I will never be able to be a mother because of my
Oh,
disability. And that was a stigma, that was a prejudice. And because that is what the community was saying to me, they started to plant the evil seed of,
mhm.
what should I call it? The seed of being defeated, looking down upon
Yeah,
yourself, having low self-esteem, or things like that. But I think, to me, every day, as a disabled woman, we have to keep challenging these misconceptions, what people say about us. We have to keep, when they say you cannot do this, it's like, no, I can do it, and I can do it 10 times better than you. So
yeah,
yeah,
I think that has been, that has been my motto, where when they say I cannot do it, then I want to show them that I know I can actually do it.
yeah.
yeah.
That's true.
That's true.
That's
By
what
the
you
way,
are asking,
yeah,
Sir Robin. You were
yeah,
asking, what do you think we can get from Miss Anne that will
yeah.
inspire? Now you just
Uh, uh,
started.
I'm so excited not to know more about Ma'am Ann. But right now, before we continue, Ma'am Ann, we have 2 minute followers right now, and we have a lot of viewers. So before we continue, Lily,
Yeah,
and we,
appreciate.
yeah, and we recognize our own mission. So before we continue to our final interview to Ma'am Ann. So there's a lot of comments
Ayan.
here. Yeah, there's a lot of
Oo.
people watching right now. Like for this one.
Sino yung tagabati natin? Si Jane ang tagabati natin, ah.
Yeah, yeah,
Oo.
andito. Yeah, ah, yeah.
Hello, gandang
So,
gabi po sa inyo. Sabi ni Manilyn Ilagan. Hello, Manilyn.
yeah.
Yan.
And of course,
Sabi ni
and of course,
Esme.
yeah.
Si Esme
And of
Ayers.
course,
Anong
it's
sabi niya?
really,
Hello po. Good evening po sa lahat. Ayan, ang ating
yeah,
mga
yeah.
viewers. Okay, sir.
And of
Sir,
course, no, really, yeah, it's really, sabi naman ni, sabi ni Kelly Roylo, hi everyone, so excited to hear Anne's story.
and
Yay!
story.
Yan!
Yay!
So,
Ayan.
excited na rin. We are so excited to know about the story behind Paralympian.
Yes.
And of course, and of
Yes.
course, there's a lot more, but of course, we will read the comment right after our question and answer to Ma'am Ann. So, right now,
Yes.
let's talk about our question and question to Ma'am Ann to know more about her life story and athlete story. So, Lily, it's over.
Oh, ako ba ang mag-i-start? Oh, it's my honor to ask Miss Anne the first question. So this is it. As a person with disability, okay, did you experience discrimination during your growing years, and how did you deal with it?
Oh,
Hello, Miss Anne.
discrimination is something that is in my vocabulary, and I think when I talk about discrimination, I really understand what it is, because let me take you back to how I was growing up. You know, when I was born, I did not have this disability. I was born as a very able-bodied child, and when I was 2.5 years, I got very ill. I contracted what is called polio, and because I was growing up, I was born in a village, so the villagers did not understand what polio was. Many of them were really people who believed in traditions, and those ones were believing in God. They thought that God had cast me, and some thought, oh, we don't need to be in the village, because they did not want this cast to continue. And because of that,
Yes.
really, the discrimination started immediately when I became different, immediately when I became disabled. It was difficult to access education. It was difficult to access housing. It was just difficult to access any social life because of my difference, And
Yeah.
also, on top of that, not just being disabled, I was also a woman. And when you're in Africa, when you're a woman, you're still having to fight for, women's rights. So it actually found me fighting for not just my rights as a disabled woman, but it was a disabled woman. And those were some of the things that I had to keep fighting. So discrimination is there.
Yeah.
I experienced a lot of discrimination when I was growing up.
Yeah, I agree. No, most of us really, under, most of us really experience discrimination. Actually, me, I really discriminate my all time, all my time, all the time, people discriminate me, they are every time you sleep, every time you walk, you cannot walk. So people cannot understand what happened to us. But that's why we are here. Really, Ma'am Ann, we are here to become
Yeah,
No,
an example.
you are
living
so right. You are so
example.
right because like me, I remember when I was growing up, because of polio, my legs are quite thin because I can't walk at all, and the muscles in my legs they did not develop. So my body is sort of like a little bit symmetric. One leg is not the same size as the other leg, and stuff like that. And even because of the, like when I was out in the public, people would stare at me, staring, and that sort of made me feel a little bit, like my self-esteem was very low.
Yeah.
Because I was like, if I went out, I'd have to wear very long skirts that would cover all my legs because I was like, oh, I don't want people to see me and stuff like that. But when I just realized that I don't care how they look at me, I don't care whether I'm wearing a mini skirt and my legs are thin and all that. That is me, and I have to embrace me because love has to start with our own selves.
Yeah.
And we have to love ourselves in totality of how we are. Robinson with your, with your lip, me with my legs, Veneranda with your leg. It is like we are so unique and beautiful. Can you imagine if every woman had blue eyes, blonde hair, slim, sexy curves, and if every man was with muscles, a six-pack, and the world would be boring. Don't you think so?
Yeah,
So
that's so different.
people with disabilities.
Agree.
I look at us people with disabilities like flowers. We bring a lot of color to the world.
Yeah.
we are
True.
we are the we are the flower, or we are not the, I mean, we are the balance of everything. We are the balance of everything. You cannot know the beauty without,
Yes.
No, you are
it's,
so
it's
right.
really
So right.
it's really something that we as people with disability give some difference that makes the world beautiful. So now let's ask again another question, and it's your turn, sir. Okay, Sir Robinson.
Yes. By the way, Ma'am Ann, our second question is, of course, you experience discrimination most of the time, right? And of course, not only discrimination, about bullying. You bully all the time during your childhood,
You've been
even
bullied.
until now. I know.
Yeah.
Even until now, we are discriminated by people who cannot understand with us, and who cannot understand us, and especially the young people. And how do you overcome all the barriers and you encounter bullying, discrimination, or whatsoever? What especially yourself? Do you bully yourself or discriminate yourself? How do you overcome?
What are the barriers that you encountered? Like bullying and everything.
Yeah.
That's
You know what? I know when I was young, there was a lot of bullying. There was a lot of bullying where because I can't walk without using anything. So sometimes, sometimes what would happen really, people would sort of like take my calipers or my crutches and run away with them, and then
oh my God.
I don't know what to do. So I'll be like, oh, I can't. So I want to crawl, to try and get to them. But also, I was very tough. I was very, very tough. And it got to a time where I never took no nonsense. And people really believed that don't mess with that girl. They don't mess with that girl. But it was
Yeah.
because I was so timid, and when they would sort of snatch my calipers and crutches, and then I would sit and start running. But then I realized that when they snatched, I would just sit. I would not crawl to go after them. But what I would do, I would wait until they come and sit next to me. Then I would grab them, because now I'm not running after them. I would grab them and I would look at them in the face and I would ask them, so did you feel proud bullying a disabled woman? And they would be so embarrassed. That would just embarrass them. But with time, I learned to create friends. I formed friendship where my friends started to treat me just the way they would treat anybody else. They never treated me like a disabled person. We would joke, we would sort of like do things together. And that sort of like just realized that because I'd stopped to feel sorry for myself, everybody else stopped feeling sorry for myself. And then, because what I used to say to people is that it is not, just that this disability that is defining Anne, but Anne is a very intelligent woman. So do not just look at me and say, because I have a disability, and dismiss and think that you'll sort of just play around with me or like that. No, I was like, this is a very intelligent, capable, disabled woman. The only thing that is a difference is that I have a disability. But and I think that is what us people with disabilities really need to realize. There's no difference between us and them, if you know what I mean. The only thing that is separating us is the fact that we look a little bit different. When I walk, I'll use a wheelchair. When somebody is reading, those ones who are blind, they'll use braille. Those ones who are hard of hearing, they'll use sign language. We are able to actually be included in society if society breaks those barriers for us. But then sometimes I go back and I ask myself, am I going to sit back and wait for society to break the barriers, or am I going to go in the bulldozer and break these barriers down?
Yeah.
And I think to me sometimes disabled people, we sit and we want to to feel sorry for ourselves and say, oh, they've not given us this, they've not done this for us, they've not done that for us. Why can't we all sit together, come up with ideas, come up with strategies, and go to them and say, this is how I want you to support me? And do you know why that becomes beautiful? Because as a disabled person, we understand where we need the help. There's this saying, the English say that it's only the person wearing the shoe that knows where it pinches. So if you're not wearing my shoe, you will not know how that shoe is fitting me. But because, so in this case, the shoe is the disability. But because we are the ones with the disabilities, we know how to tell these people to help us. We know how to sort of like to sort of say to them, these are the kind of policies that will include us more in community, and we can do that. Because, you asked me, Robinson, you asked me about barriers. It's first barriers, education barriers. Being someone with a disability, it was difficult to access education. And why was it difficult to access education? Because of the access of it. If the classrooms were there, and these classrooms had like 12 steps to go in, and I couldn't walk up those steps, how was I going to access that kind of education? If somebody is deaf, for example, how are they going to access education if there's no provision of sign language, if they've been left behind or just put on the sideline? So those are some of the barriers that I experience, and I am sure these are the common barriers that universally or internationally, people with disabilities struggle with. People with disabilities are everyday challenged by these barriers. But also, like one major barrier is access to transport.
Number one.
If you cannot get from your house to go to college using transport that is accessible to you, that is already a big barrier. I've
Yeah.
always said
Yeah.
that is a major barrier, because you need to be able to travel from point A to point B so that you can go to college, you can even go to look for employment, you can go and socialize with your friends. Transport is very important. And but also, let us look at where we live. Access to, accessible homes for
Yes.
disabled people, people with disabilities. Because you know what? We say that charity or love begins at home. So if
Yeah.
somebody is not living in accessible accommodation, that is already infringing or impinging on their, on their thriving as human beings. That will hold them back in some
Mhm.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You know what? I heard
mm,
about, you mentioned about accessible home. You know what? It is one thing that is making me so busy this week, this month, because I have this nipa hut and I'm making it an accessible nipa hut. And it's the first
yeah.
one. I will show it to
I
you later
I
when it is already finished.
Or
I
I would love that. I would love that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and of
really
course,
something that, yeah, yeah, yes, sir.
yeah, really,
Yes, sir.
really, 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 really agree, work and say that if you cannot accept yourself, who you are, if you
Yes,
cannot accept who you are, or you cannot delete yourself, there, that is a barrier, that's a barrier. If you believe other people saying that you cannot do it, you cannot do it,
yes, of course.
then
Just like
that's a
you,
big
Sir
barrier.
Robbie. Sir Robinson, if you didn't accept yourself that you cannot speak straight just like us, you will not be
Yeah, yeah,
sitting
yeah,
there
No,
and talking to
yeah,
exactly.
us.
I think first of all, we have to take those barriers from here,
Yeah,
and the barriers start with ourselves,
Yes,
accepting
yes.
who we
It all
are.
starts with ourselves.
But
It
yeah,
all
and
starts from
once
us.
we accept, I accept that I've got this black mole here on my nose,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
me
well,
too.
this is
I
me.
have here.
And it is a self-acceptance, self-love, is, I think, is key. Because, for example, if the community put put removed all the barriers, big
yeah,
house, accessible, I've got a peer, sign language and all that. If I did not love who I was,
yes,
then I do not enjoy, you
yeah.
know.
That is really something that we should do first. We should accept ourselves first before other people will accept us. Because if we cannot accept ourselves, then how are they going to understand us? If we don't understand our personality, our being us, our individuality. So it's really true that you must love yourself first and accept it before other people. Before you see the beauty in your environment, you have to be somebody who is really very open. Oh, I'm my individuality is this, so I have to accept this. So we are two different people, and we have two different way of moving, of speaking, of walking. That's it. So that should be a take out to those who are listening to us and watching us. We have to accept
yeah.
this.
And I would like to, I don't know, I would like to really, also, Law and Lily, I would like to follow up, the question. Ma'am Ann, I know you break the barriers. You break the barriers. Have you tried? Have you tried questioning or questioning God? Why me? how do you try, or how do you try, or how
You
do
mean you
you
mean to
try
say that
to omit
you have asked God
Why me?
why me?
Why me?
Yeah.
Oh, do
Were
you
you
know that?
able to have
Oh,
that in mind?
uh,
Ha,
uh,
As
oh, so many,
questioning
so,
God
so many
of who
times.
you are now?
So many times when I was growing up, I used to ask God to heal me. You know,
yeah.
I would be like,
oh
"Oh God, please heal me. Oh, I don't want to be like this. Oh, why me, God? Why? You know?" And I think in the process of asking God, "Why me? Why me?" I think God just said to me, "I can still use you the way you are."
Yeah.
You know, and it's just the way you are. You know, it's like when you go to a shop, if you go to a dress shop and you want to go and buy a dress, you can never just go and say that you want to be wearing red dresses every day, and one day you sort of say, today I want checked dress, today I want a dress that looks like this, or I want blue shoes or stuff like that. I think that is how God sees us. I think God sees us like we are so different, and He can use us the same, because if God did not want us in our differences the way we are, then God should have just created a human being that did not have hands, legs, mouth, ear, nose, you know? But, if I'm looking at my body like this, I have a finger, I have, like 5, and sometimes if this is not working, I sort of still feel like my whole body has to look after this. Because if there's pain there everywhere, I have to look after that. And I think that is how community should be. If there's one person who has a disability, the community need to make sure that this person is included.
yeah
Because as much as the community avoids and says, well, it's only a little finger, it's not the head.
yeah
You just don't know how it is affecting the whole community.
yeah true.
And I think that's why, as much as I kept asking, oh, why me, why me, why me, I think God just told me, stop mourning and complaining, just rise up and become a mighty woman.
Wow.
That's
Agree.
true. That's
but
great.
but let me tell you something, it is only possible if we can get the opportunities. This is what I always say to people. I don't know. I don't know about you. Robinson and Madam Venerand. I don't know, but to me, it's not the sympathy that I've always wanted as a disabled person. I think what I want is opportunity.
Yeah.
Because what will sympathy do to me? Nothing. Sympathy will not give me food. Sympathy will not give me a good house. Sympathy will not give me education. What I want is opportunity. Because then when I get opportunity, I can have an opportunity to be a teacher, an opportunity to be presenters like you, an opportunity to be a social worker, an opportunity to be a lawyer, an opportunity to be a minister. So I think let us tell the disabled people that let's not ask for sympathy. We want opportunities.
Yes.
That's
really true.
That's the word we want to hear. Opportunity rather than sympathy. There's a lot of people all over the world, or especially here in the Philippines, want disabled person. They
No,
are
I didn't get that. Say it
they are
again.
bully. Hello. Yeah.
I didn't hear what Mr. Robinson is saying.
I agree. I agree that we need more opportunity rather than sympathy, right? Because
It is
sympathy
just
cannot. Go
it
ahead.
is just so sad that so many persons with disabilities sees themselves as on a situation that pitiful and everything. So what you have just said, they should listen to those words that I don't need sympathy. I need opportunity. It should be a banner that can be a mantra. I don't need sympathy. I need opportunity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, it doesn't matter. The nature of the disability. It is opportunity. And you know what? The more opportunities we get, the more we start to prove to people that we are capable.
Yeah.
You know, but if somebody is giving you opportunity, I mean, if somebody is giving you sympathy, they'll bring you a cup of tea. You drink that tea and they're gone. Then you are left. So for how long are you going to be a beggar for a cup of tea?
Yes.
Why don't you ask for opportunity so that you learn how to make your own cup of tea?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really,
and you know, when you know how to make your own cup of tea, you know how much sugar you want to put in that cup of tea.
yes.
You know how much, you know how strong you want it, or if it's coffee, you know how much milk you want it. Do you want it very cold, very hot? The choice becomes yours. That's the, you know, that is the beauty of opportunity.
That's the next one. The choice is yours.
Yeah.
I don't
No matter,
need sympathy. I wanted opportunity, and the choice is mine. It's
yeah,
really
yeah, that's true. Wow, we have a lot to listen to learn. I have a lot of take home right now, and of course, really, no, before we continue to our next question, we have a lot of comments here. There's a lot of comments here, and Ma'am Ann, well back to you, and we have a short commercial break, and right after that, let's go back to
You said we have a break, yeah?
Yes, commercial break, a station break.
We have a commercial break, and there's a lot of comments here. Really, I will. There's a lot
I
of
can read it.
comments.
It's
Right,
etched on the wall.
here. Yeah.
Ayan, Jan Voices, beautifully said. Ayan. There's a comment. Yeah.
Yes. I encourage everyone, no? I encourage, yeah, I encourage everyone to, if they have a question to us, let us know.
Yes.
So that we can address their question.
They can write it on the chat box so that Miss Micah can flash it so that Miss Anne can answer whatever you wanted to ask her. So according to Jane Lumasan, she said, "Great day, everyone."
Yes.
Oh, love, heart.
Yeah, very.
MJ Orolfo. Ayan. Jen Voices. Miss Anne, love your message. Thank you for being an inspiration. It's a heart. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
and let's more.
Okay.
Yes, and yes, that's the most important in order society access us. So we need our first. You need yourself. You need to love yourself first.
Yes. Okay. So that's it for our. Okay. So who's gonna be the next question? Because we prepared some questions for you because we don't know if when you are here already, we don't know, and we are amazed. Wow. We cannot ask you anymore anything and just stare at you. So we prepared a questionnaire here.
Thank you.
So the third question is this: may we know the secret? How did you become a very successful Paralympian speaker, even though you came from a remote place from Kenya?
Say that again, please. May you know?
Okay. May we know the secret? How did you become a very successful Paralympian and speaker, even though you came from a remote place in Kenya? So,
do you know what? That is a very, very good, but like really big, really big question. I think when I start by sport, being a Paralympian, I never accessed sport when I was in Africa because there was nothing that was accessible for me as a disabled person. Even when I went to school, in the mainstream school where the able-bodied would go and play physical education during PE time, PE lessons, or do sports day. But I did not, because the school just did not include me. They did not know what to do with a disabled person. So I was just left there. But it's when I came into this country and I became a mother, and I was putting on a bit of weight, because I used to be tiny. I used to be a size 8, really. Not size 0, but I used to be small. And I wanted to lose a bit of weight to get my waistline back, and stuff like that after becoming a mother. So I went to the gymnasium, to go and lose some weight. And that is how I was introduced to parasport, to disability sport. And I worked so hard because I loved it, because I was exercising, sweating, getting fit. And I was entered into first competitions, and I started winning. I started doing well. And by 2004, I was already in my first Paralympics, competing in my first Paralympics. And this was only a few years after I'd been introduced to Paralympics. But I think when we talk about the secret to success, I think maybe the secret to success is honesty to yourself. Is just being honest, because if I'm not able to sort of do something, it has to start with me, where I say, why am I not able to do it? What are the challenges that I'm facing? So, to combine with honesty, I'll also go with identifying the challenges. Because when you identify the challenges, you are able to work through the challenges. And when you work through the challenges, you get solutions. And I think solution leads to success. But also another big thing that has helped me really is discipline. And when I talk about discipline, it's sort of like also, I'll probably combine discipline and integrity. I'll put those two together. And I think discipline and integrity to me is what I do even when no one is watching me. What is it that I want to do behind closed doors? How do I behave behind closed doors when no one is watching me, no one is seeing me? That is very important. It's not about what is on the social media, what people will see in the public. Who is Anne in the darkness where no one is seeing? What are my thoughts? How do I process my thoughts? How do I process my plannings? I think integrity is a key thing to success. And because when your success is governed by integrity and honesty, then you know that everything that you're doing, you're putting your hand, your soul, your mind to is of a pure nature. So you are not going out to do somebody else an injustice so that you win. No. You're not sort of like going out maybe to do something in, maybe taking the shine out of somebody else. No. So integrity to me has been also the center of my success. But also another one is time management. Excuse me. Time management is very important. As disabled people, sometimes we waste a lot of our time. Disabled people, we like to waste our time. Let me not lie to you. We waste our time. I do it. I do it. We waste our time. And we waste time that we would have put into something that would benefit us as individuals, would benefit us as with the family, or will benefit us as a community. And why am I saying that? When I talk about time wastage is sort of like wanting to sit down and taking a lot of energy complaining of what I am not.
Yeah.
That is time wasted.
That
I'll complain that, I am not this, I am not that, I cannot do this, I am not. Come on, you cannot do it. So why waste time thinking about it? I know I cannot stand up and walk in high heels. So why am I wasting time to think and feel sorry about them? Feel sorry that I cannot do those things. So it is like, to me, I feel that I call that wasted energy. So instead, taking that energy, putting it in things that I know I can do, so that I do them really, really well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree,
that's
no.
really
I agree, Ma'am Ann, no. I really, we are wasting our time by, by self-eating, right? One way of wasting our time is we are eating ourselves. Why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? So instead of looking forward, or looking for opportunity, you are looking for yourself, and you are not lucky. You are lucky. You are hopeless. So I know that every disabled person really undergo self-pity, but instead of pitying yourself, you need to go out and look for the opportunity. There's a lot of opportunity for you.
And
You need to
let me
go out.
tell you another secret, to people with disabilities: law of attraction.
Wow, yeah.
Law of attraction is very, very important, because, and I tell you this, and I've tried it, because
It
when I
applies to
sit
me.
and I think of the negatives and all that, things just go the wrong way.
Yeah,
But let us pray that God gives us eyes that see beauty in everything. So instead of seeing something as broken, see this something as beautifully fixed. It sort of takes me back to this Japanese saying where, when you have a vase that is broken, that was broken, and then it was put together with gold on it. And when people saw that vase, they were more attracted to it because of the lines of the gold that was put there. And then, the owner of the vase was telling people, don't buy this, which is like just full. And people are like, no, we want this because it looks beautiful. And then they said, why don't you want us to buy this with golden lines around it because it's so beautiful? The owner said, it was broken and I fixed it. So these lines is how I put it together. And that is who we are. Society sees us as broken. Society sees disabled people as broken. People who are, in some cases, they would say people who are just wanting pity, or people who just want to be told, okay, thank you, pat on the back.
Yeah.
That is how society sees us. But we need to let society see us like this beautiful vessel now that was once broken, but it's been put together.
Yeah.
And it stands out and shines more than this able-bodied vessel that never broke. You get the point?
Yeah.
And that is the law of attraction, where, to me, I want to be this vase that was broken and put together, because those beautiful golden lines attract all the good things.
Yeah.
It applies. You know what? It applies to me. Yeah, it also worked for me. Before I became a public speaker, I used to attract people who are talking in front. That one day I'll be a speaker. So I'm not in who I am. I'm not in my disability, but I'm in the opportunity to become a public speaker. And I took the lead with Mom Ann, because she is a Paralympian, holding a wheelchair. It's not easy, right? It's not easy. You need to have the power of your strong arm. You need a strong arm to holding your wheelchair to run as fast as you can, right? And that's the power of the law of attraction. That's the power of law of attraction. How about
I think the law of attraction,
Really?
as disabled people, I always think that when we are sort of like thinking and sitting, we sort of like need to start practicing positivity. Positivity.
Yeah.
And even when things are going against us, because that is the nature of life. It will not just be 100% good, and every day, 24/7, or 7 days a week. No, but I think let us sort of like start practicing positivity, where we think positive about ourselves, but we also think, because I know that positive thoughts bear positive fruits. Because if you're positive about something, you want to go out there and actually make it happen.
Yeah. You know what?
Yes.
My take out for this discussion, this later part of how did you become successful, is don't waste time. It's the time management that most persons with disabilities are wasting their time thinking about themselves, that they can
Yeah.
do anything and everything. Don't waste time thinking of things that you cannot do. Yeah. Why pity yourself? Oh, I cannot do this. And then think of things that you can do instead of thinking things that you cannot do. Yeah, that's it.
Yes. Agree.
So,
Focus on the thing, right? Focus on the thing that you can do it. Don't force yourself. Don't force yourself to do something. You cannot do it. You cannot do it because of your
oh
disability.
my God,
Right?
we only have
Yeah.
20 minutes already. It says 30 minutes. It was a while ago, so maybe it's a 20 minutes. It's so exciting
Oh,
talking
how many
with
how many
Yeah.
you.
minutes how many minutes to go?
That
Oh,
is,
we can still have 20
yeah.
minutes.
We have a lot of time. Because we have it in our time for
Okay,
you to,
because
in
we
order
started,
to,
but we can still talk with the you know the station can stand with things when people are talking wittily and
Uh,
yeah,
things
yeah.
we
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I can stay for another maybe 15, 20 minutes maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So we need to ask you the last question. Where's the
Yeah.
birthday celebrant? She should be asking this. Being a successful person with disability, what can you advise the young PWDs, especially women with disabilities? How to become a successful person with disabilities? What are your programs to help them, especially the women?
I am here. Sorry
Ah,
for the inconvenience.
okay. Okay, let's listen to Miss Anne to
Yes,
answer
okay.
this.
So
Okay.
did you say especially the women?
Yes, especially the women.
Yes, just for the women.
I think to me, what I think is really, I think I'll tell you about this saying where in Africa, I don't know whether it's used anywhere else in the world, where we say that the woman or a girl is the backbone of a family. And in some communities or some societies, women are not really valued a lot. But in communities and societies that learn to value women, they just realize that that is the backbone of society. And I'll tell you for why. When you educate a girl child, when you educate a woman, especially a woman with a disability, you are actually not just educating that woman, but you are educating a community.
Mhm.
Because remember, when this woman becomes a mother, or when this woman is being put in the position of power or leadership, the way the woman will govern, it is so different, because they will use the empathy of a mother, the mother instinct. The mother instinct kicks in. And when mother instinct kicks in, there's what is called empathy. Not sympathy, empathy.
Yeah.
And I think empathy is a good thing. It's like let us empathize with ourselves, but also empathize with one another.
Yeah.
And also, another thing is supporting. Support groups are very important for us to be successful. Support groups are very, very important, because that is where you go to exchange ideas. That is where you go to empower one another. That is where you sort of like actually go and speak and sort of get advice. And that is really, really crucial. That is, like, to me, I say that is actually the second first aid of disability support. Because the first aid, you get it in your home with your family, immediate family. Then the second first aid, the second first aid again, you'll get it when you go into support or help groups that you get together and galvanize and sort of like ask for good strategies. But also another thing is think ahead of your time. Think ahead of your
Yeah.
time and plan. Thinking ahead of the time is sort of like almost wanting to know, if I'm getting an education today, what is this education going to profit me in the next 10 years? So it is
Yeah.
like wanting to position yourself. It's like, for example, when you're traveling, when I'm here in the UK and I want to fly and come to Manila, I will not sort of say, let me go and take a boat. I'll go and maybe say, what is a good strategy for me to fly to Manila? And I'll get my ticket, I'll book, I'll get my vaccination, I'll get all those things. That is the same way how we need to be preparing our lives, putting things in order. It's like ordering our lives, ordering our mind, ordering our actions, so that everything we do has got a meaning. Because disabled people, the energy that we have, let us not spend it just like that. Let us not waste it. It's like seeds, where this is how I see the energy of disabled people. Precious seeds. And sometimes if we get these precious seeds and we scatter them on the rocks, the seeds will die and the birds will come and eat the seeds. But if we take these seeds and we look for good soil, make sure we cultivate the soil, it's the right season, and plant these seeds of the disability mind in it, disability initiatives. When the season is right, we will reap and harvest beautiful fruit.
Yeah. So nice.
Wow.
I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes.
I also remember. I also internalize what I'm talking about. One of my sit out today is that it's not about your role, but it's all about the process. Do not focus on the role, but focus on the process, because without the process, sit one, sit two, or you cannot go to your goal, and that's what I understand to Mama. How about you, Lily?
But also another thing that I can quickly say is, we also need to learn to reinvent ourselves.
Yeah.
We need to reinvent ourselves. And for example, if your plan 1 did not work, try plan 2 or plan B.
Plan B, yeah.
And sometimes you sort of like try plan B and you find like, oh, I'm even being more successful in this plan B than the plan A that I'd hoped for. So I think we need to learn to reinvent ourselves. Let us be people, let us be versatile. Let us be people who don't just think like this, but let us sort of think like this. Let us see the world like this. Let us not allow the world, our world to shrink. Let us allow our world to broaden, because if our world shrinks, we are going to be left behind.
Yeah. Number one that I have my takeout for this discussion is the empathy. It is the support group that we need for each other. And how to become successful is you need to plan for the future and position yourself, putting your life in order. So we have to reinvent ourselves. We have to plan, and we need a back, the fallback position when this thing didn't happen, and we can do another thing just to try how to become successful. And the seeds for women that should be given so that they will be the ones to spread it out. The women who will become mothers. and to nurture children and the people around them. It's really, really a very, very great discussion with you, Miss Anne. We
No,
Yeah,
really
thank you
have,
so much. And I think I would also like just to say that I think we also, let us not forget this, that disability does not mean inability.
yes,
We are so
another thing.
able in so many ways.
what with them, right?
Disability
Yeah,
doesn't
and
mean
wow.
inability.
I know, and I have a lot of, I have a lot of it out today, and I will
Yes,
write, I will, I
I
also
will write
looking forward
afterwards. You should be
afterward.
writing that. You will watch the you will watch the replay
Yeah,
tonight.
don't worry, let
Okay.
our play. No. But anyway, Mom we are so grateful and we are so happy to hear your story, to hear your success story, and I know a lot of people right now watching right now. Of course, they are so inspired with you. They are motivated with your story. But we have a limited time, and before we end we end the program, do you have any word of wisdom or a message to all, not only for the woman, but to all community of disabled
People.
disability community all over the world? Or what are you advise to all young people, especially young people who are now hopeless, who are
Uh,
now yeah.
I,
What are your
that Mr. Robinson, that is a very good call. I think to me, maybe some of the words that I would leave them with, my advice today, I'll probably say that never give up when you're chasing a dream.
yeah
Never give up. And sometimes
never
when you're chasing that dream, you could maybe run 100 meters to get, to reach there. And for some people, it could be just 100, it could be just 100 meters. To some people, it could be a marathon before they achieve their dream. So never give up. It doesn't matter how far you've got to go. Keep going.
wow
Keep
yeah.
going. And you'll get there.
Wow. I never stop trying. I never stop trying to achieve your goal. And that's what really, really reminds us, And never stop, uh, you know, it always, I mean, do your best to achieve your goal, to achieve your dream. Wow. So
Yes.
how about
I
you,
think,
Benny? No?
of course, the last one, that never give up chasing your dream, because I am, I'm a senior citizen, I'm an older person. But I think I still have dreams. And this one inspired me. Never give up. Never give up
Yeah.
chasing your dreams. So I still have to continue chasing my dreams, even though I am part of the older people, aside from being with disability, then I should continue to still chase my dreams. That is really very, very um a big word for me, because I really wanted to launch an adaptive clothing, and it's still, I already had some samples, and maybe my dream is to have it launched here in the Philippines and through other places that can help people wear those clothes. And I should continue by hearing this word. I won't give up. I should do it.
Don't
That's
give
it.
up. Don't give up. Don't give up.
I just
Don't give
wish
up the dream.
I just wish that someday you can wear one of those.
Yeah.
Do you know,
You
I
can
I
wear.
I would be so honored to wear one of them. I'll be so honored to wear one of them. I'll be so
That
honored to
will
wear
be
one of
so
them.
nice of you.
And
Yeah.
I
And
just want to say to you guys, thank you so much for having me this morning. It's
yeah.
now just gone afternoon, and thank you for for putting this show together and for everything that you're doing for the community of people with disabilities. It means a
Yeah.
lot, for us, somebody on the outside, to know that there are beautiful coalitions that coalitions that are taking place, elsewhere in the world.
Yeah, yeah. And we are so
Yeah.
grateful
Yeah.
that you um
We are
accepted
so
the
I know we are so
invitation.
we are
Yeah.
so inspired. We are so inspired and you know full of full of full of love. There's love to it. Ma'am Ann teach us how to love ourselves more and more and more.
But
Keep on
maybe Sir
loving
Robbie,
yourself.
we should invite our other co-hosts here that are at the back who also contributed in doing this thing, especially the birthday celebrant, Miss Law
Yeah.
Antuercia.
So we have
And she's
yeah.
the one
Before
communicating with you.
before
And
before we
Jane.
end the before we end the program, to Ma'am Ann, I would like to meet our co-host and the one who really coordinate with you. Without the birthday celebrant, we cannot coordinate. We are not here, or we are not trying to. Yeah, of course. Really,
Yeah.
thank you so
The
much for
birthday
inviting us.
celebrant.
Yeah,
Miss
and of
and
course,
Gloria,
Miss Jane. Yeah.
and of
Yes.
course, Yin, nakita mo na
Sorry
Yin.
for the inconvenience of my internet
no, you know
signal,
what,
okay?
Gloria, thank you so
I'm
much,
sorry
and
for that.
thank you
Well,
for
love you,
up
Miss
with me.
Anne.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're
And
so
of course,
beautiful.
Thank you.
and
Thank
Ili
you,
and
people. Thank
Maglo,
you.
yeah.
First Jane.
Before we end the program, let's have let's have let's muna. Bago tayo umalis
Oh,
ni Ma'am
photo of
Ann.
with
So,
Miss Anne.
po-
Okay,
po-
Yes,
okay,
po-
okay.
yes. Maybe
before
after
before
after this program, Miss Anne can stay or just now? We can have the
Now,
picture
because
taking now.
she's going to leave
yeah,
within 15 minutes, as she said a while
Yeah,
ago. So
okay.
maybe the 15 minutes is already there. And she is so happy
Okay.
because it's already 11:30.
Yes, it's lunchtime in London, okay? That's the time.
Where's Jane? Where's Jane? Asan si
yeah,
Jane?
yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Jane.
Ma'am Ann,
Thank you. Thank
we
you
have
so much. Thank you.
and
Thank
of
you.
course,
So,
and thank you to Ma'am Ann. So we have to leave Ma'am Ann, and of course
Yes.
to all the staff, we are so happy and we are so inspired by your story. I hope we invite you again. We invite you again for another episode and another time
show.
to inspire. Yeah, another
Thank
Okay.
you
show.
very much.
And
Thank you.
Okay. Since
yes,
she is really hungry already and we need to take a
Yes.
picture before she leaves, so I'm gonna count 1 to 3 and then let's all smile. 1,
Okay.
2, 3. Okay, that's it. So
Okay.
thank you
Miss Anne,
so
please
much.
keep in touch. Yeah, keep in touch. We will keep our messenger open, okay? We'll see
Thank
you
you so
again.
much. Thank you.
We'll see you
Bye.
again.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
thank you
See
so
you.
much.
See you.
Wait. Oh, she's already went out. Oh,
Yes,
my
yes.
screenshot is already.
Yeah.
Nawala yung screenshot ko. Ay.
I have a
Anyway,
copy. I have a
okay,
copy.
okay. Okay, that's nice. Okay.
Yes.
Na,
So, nainis naman ako. Nainis naman ako sa sarili ko. Kainis naman ako.
Hindi
Nag,
ako
nag, 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 ano pa naman, nag-ready pa naman ako sa aking mga English. Diba? Ay, ano pa pala tayo? Okay. Very, very,
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Jane is going to make bati-bati and party boy muna. Si Jane, nasa backstage ako. Okay, sabi mo
ay, okay.
Sige, ayan. Ano siya,
Okay. Papasok si Jane para makausap natin. Oo.
Okay,
Yan,
Jane.
so, baon tayo mag-upload. So, we have to promote our page muna. So, let's have a promotion
Yes.
muna. So, pauna muna, Lo.
Yes,
Pauna,
okay.
Lo.
Mauna na ako.
Yan, so,
Okay. Promote ko po yung aking social media. Follow my YouTube and SoundCloud channel, the PWD Voice. Aking Facebook timeline is Glory and Perfia. At ang aking Pastority Taglo, ang aking maliit na business. So, yan po, follow and subscribe. Thank you very much.
Of course, happy birthday. Yan.
Yes, thank you very much. Wow, I would like to appeal on live on Facebook to thank everyone. Thank you everyone for the greetings since early in the morning. And the person who posted on my timeline is Sir Pacholo de Leon Gonzalez. Sir, thank you very much na ikaw ang unang bumati sa akin at ikaw ang unang nakaalala sa aking natatanging kaarawan. Thank you very much, Sir Choy. Thank you po.
Siyempre, special ka.
Lily.
Yes.
Go ahead, Lily.
Ako naman,
Yes.
okay, wala akong masyadong activity ngayon sa aking travel vlog. But then, coming soon, maglalabas ulit ako after ng pagka-busy ko. At wait for the launching of my adaptive clothing. Wonderful People Adaptive Clothing. Yan. Watch for it. Malapit na po this month. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Wow, looking forward.
Look forward. Dil, lumakat, Lord, that inspiring voice that follows the Facebook page, Instagram, and Alapong TikTok. And of course, you're truly po. So if you want to follow my social media po, and just put the Robinson Tumampos po, ayan. Yan. Lumabas po. So, follow my social media po sa lahat po ng mga platforms. So, po, fill out po ang ating, ating ebook na mga gusto kong makamata ng ating my journey from Twitter to revival. Outside po ang ating ebook version. Po, maraming salamat po sa lahat po na nanood ngayon. And we have
Yes, thank you very much for watching. See you again next week for another fruitful story and inspiring story of our guest. And we invite everyone to invite your friends, especially the persons with disabilities out there. Support our program. This is your program. So please be with us every Friday, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Jane Lumasag, where are you? Yes. Okay, thank you very much.
Wala. Okay, so with that, maraming salamat po.
Yes.
Pwede bang mag-break si Jane? No? Meron pang ilang minutes. May 5 minutes pa si Jane. Si Jane. Okay,
Can you join us? Can you join us, Jane? Okay, thank you very much for your presence tonight. This has been Gloria Antwerpia, your co-host, and good night, everyone. See you again next week. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Ayan, Robinson Tumampos po. Ito po ang natin, focus on your ability, not disability. So with that, wonderful. Ano ba yung word to wisdom mo? Ano ba yung word to wisdom mo?
Ang dami kong na-take home. Sabi ang first na na-take home ko is, I don't want sympathy, but opportunity. Yan ang number 1. At yung last na sinasabi natin, never give up chasing your dreams. Diba?
Yun. So, hopefully po
Yes.
marami tayong sit out ngayon. And again, see you next week. Bye-bye!
Bye, everyone. Really, huwag ka munang aalis, ha? Sa backstage
Calling
tayo,
all
okay?
PWD out there. Do you want to know how to unleash your great potential? It's time to show your unique skills to the world. This show is for you. This is the Voice of PWD. Power, wisdom, and dynamism. Hosted by Robinson Tumampos, the first left public speaker of the Philippines, together with DJ Martin Freeman, a certified voice artist, as they will showcase your hidden talent online. Come on over and join us in an hour full of inspiration and fun.
Hear the voices of greatness on the World Wide Web. VG8 Radio, the voices of greatness.
Hello, what's up, guys? What's up, slaves, and every person who likes Pokemon? Have you been good? Are you doing well? I'm about to tell you something cool, something very nice to woo. Do you wanna hear Flareon talk? Do you wanna see Eevee? Ooh, can't see, can't find animation. Where is the rest? Studio. It's Friday again. What's up, Flareon? On Mondays I seem to can't carry on. You're the cutest of all Pokemon. But animation where?